Weiss Body Performance Personal Training, and I think this is going to be my last deadlift variation that I'm going to film, and then I'll be moving on to some other exercises and exercise variations. So this is deadlifts from blocks. So we've done deadlifts from the deficit where you're standing on the blocks to raise you up so that the bar is actually lower than it normally would be. So this is essentially the opposite, where I've set the barbell up on some platform. So it's about 4 inches up off the ground, and that puts the bar at about mid-shin level or just below the knee level, as opposed to if you're in the bottom position, regular bottom position, it puts you about mid-shin or just slightly below mid-shin. So you can use this variation with people that are maybe just starting to learn the deadlift and they're having flexibility issues and they can't get themselves down into the proper position. When they try and get down to the bar, and if they're not flexible enough in the hamstrings and stuff, and then they'll start to round as they try and get down into that position. So by bringing the bar up a little bit higher for them to get them started off, you can get them pulling from a proper position, and then as you increase their strength and flexibility, you can get them down to the proper position. It usually doesn't take very long to do that progression. And so that would be for somebody that's just starting out or has limited mobility for whatever reason, coming back from an injury, whatever have you. Use whatever tools you need at the time. For someone that's trying to build strength, a lot of people would have the misconception, because this is up higher off the ground, that it's actually going to be easier. And for some people it will be. They'll be able to pull more weight from this position. But there's going to be a lot of people too that they find they can pull less from this position, because when the bar is started on the ground where it normally is, your legs are much more bent, and that allows you to get more leg drive off of the floor and then continue that momentum through. So if someone is a good fast puller off the floor and they can drive hard with their legs, they can get through that kind of mid-sticking point that's right around the knee region. Other people, if they are not particularly fast off the floor, or they don't push as hard as they could with their legs, they're going to find when they get into that position that they're not as strong through the middle there either. So when you pick the bar off the floor like this, to put it up on the blocks, and then they try and pull it, well, their leg drive momentum has basically been taken away. So instead of having the bar down here and being able to drive with the legs more, now it's here. So your legs are much straighter right off the very start. So the lower back and the hips take a lot more of the strain. So if someone gets to this position and lifts it up on the blocks like this and realizes that they're a lot weaker in this position, well, that's a weak point, a weak link in their chain that they can work on. So they could strengthen up this part of the lift, and they're going to get a good carryover to pulling off the floor if this is a weak link in their chain. So it might be something worthwhile giving it a try. If you're a beginner and you need that extra bit of mobility, work on that and get yourself down to the floor. If you're someone that's been doing deadlifts for a while, maybe come to a little bit of a plateau, you're looking for something to push you through, maybe set it up like this. Try the ones where you're pulling from a deficit where you're standing on the block. See how your strength level is there. Then get the bar up a little bit. See how your strength level is there. You might find that you're weaker in that position than you think. So use all the tools that you can to get the most out of every lift that you can. So I hope this helps you out. I'll talk to you soon.